So on a high school level, as a principal of design, I'm struggling with some students. They're making a flyer on a sale, and so I thought I'd kind of just present this online. But the flyer that the students are making, they are not using this whole page. They're just putting the elements on the screen that I'm asking for. They're putting the sale. They're even going forward as outlining things and using good color schemes. It seems like that's working. But then there's this whole piece of paper and nothing at the bottom. It's just not utilized properly. And there's a couple ways that we can change it. So we want to start practicing to use the white space of our documents, or we want to use it's almost like getting the most value out of the area, the space that you have. And so then there's still room at the bottom. But the things I don't know about this sale is I don't know how much of a sale is. I don't know the date. I don't know the store or the location. And that's stuff I might reveal here at the bottom. I might put like a black box or a colorful block box and just, hey, for more information, come out and see us on February the 1st all day long. The sale is 20% off, or whatever it's going to be. So it's not quite enough information, but the space of the paper is not utilized properly. Some other things I could do is maybe just arrange these a little bit differently. Maybe I have 3 rows instead of 2 rows and make some adjustments accordingly. But I have a whole piece of paper. I want to use the space. In the same breath, that does not mean that I want to fill up every single area on this thing and really crowd it up with every single image that I have. And that's not necessary either. I shouldn't just do stuff because I can. I want it to still look good. So I want to keep it simple, but I also want to use the space that I have at the same time. Which brings up another tiny little element called KISS. You can look it up and do a Google search. I'm not sure who said it first, but there's an acronym called KISS, and it stands for Keep It Simple, Silly, or some people say Keep It Simple, Stupid, and it's just keep it simple. So I also have a problem with my students, like, okay, I have all of these colors. I'm going to use every single color that's possible because I want it to be colorful. Or I have all of these fonts, so I'm going to use every single font that's possible. And you don't need to do that. So just because you can does not mean that you should. So I know this might be basic and it's not totally all proper, but in my classroom it seems to work with something called a rule of 2. And sometimes personally and privately, I try to keep it as a rule of 3. So I might use a fancy font for the word sale and then a simpler font for the information that people need to know. I want to get somebody's attention with a fancier font, and then after I have their attention, well, let me tell you now a little bit more about it. And the keep it simple, stupid also could mean don't have big paragraphs. People don't have time to read when they're walking by a flyer. If they grab their attention with the sale and they turn their heads and they look at your flyer, tell them what they need to know as best as you can, as simply as you can, but as detailed as you can. So I need to know the location. I need to know the date. I need to know the time. I need to know how much of a sale this is. And just give them the information that they need in your documents. But keep it simple. So I'm trying to convey an idea of how to use your space, use your white space. So I would do something down here at the bottom to identify more information about the sale, and then keep your information very simple as you display it on a flyer.